Banks being purchased for pennies on the dollar. Our home's next. Hey everybody, Scott Walters, buckle up, strap in. I got a hard-hitting, pull no punches, no sugarcoating, rainbows, and sunshine. I was going to give it to you straight. We got a good one to unpackage today. Buckle up, strap in, hold on to your hats and your glasses as we blow the lid off the U.S. economy and the U.S. housing market. Why, you ask? Well, of course I'm going to tell you. Tied together, lose one, you lose the other. Throw a dart at an economic challenge map. They're both under attack as we speak. So as we're forward thinkers, critical thinkers, trying not to be a deer in the headlights as this thing plays out, so we're able to operate within it more efficiently, we got to have another tough conversation today. Well, it shouldn't be that tough. It's just the truth. The truth will set us free. It's to acknowledge the elephant in the room. We overheated the biggest asset class in the world, U.S. housing market. It's at risk. That's the realities. We're starting to see systematic failure of the banking industry. That's not good. That's what happened in 2008. I don't know if any of you remember. I certainly do. The 2008 financial crisis, banks started to fail, and guess went along for the ride? Housing market crashed, the biggest crash on record until this current bubble came along, now threatening to eclipse it. Many of us think 2008 was just a warm-up. Insanity. Recessionary pain? Oh my goodness, it's looking like a full-blown depressionary level of a downturn's knocking at the door. So we don't want to rule anything out right now. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst, come out somewhere in the middle. So we're able to operate within this more efficiently. Most people asleep at the wheel right about now have no idea what we're talking about. Why? How do I know that? Well, of course I'm going to tell you. Well, because I'm a grown man that lived through the last financial crisis, suffered some of the blowback, came back bigger, badder, and stronger. And here, given real talk as an industry insider with financial gain in these markets, show me one of those, especially in the height of the euphoria. I knew instantly. The phone ringing off, the people standing in a line around the block to see an open house, but they were, I don't even like to play asking price, over asking price, bidding wars. Normalized. Shame, shame, shame on you industry people. Still out there trying to normalize. They just don't know. You young people. You see, if you're young and you've never lived through a bus cycle before, it's not your fault. You're just believing what you're told, possibly in a sales meeting. But when we start seeing systematic failures of the banking industry, friends, I don't know how else to tell you. That's a warning sign, my friends. That is a warning sign. J.P. Morgan Chase just acquired First Republic Bank, pennies on the dollar. I don't know. I think I remember reporting on a video a while back. Real estate, pennies on the dollar. It's coming. This is knocking out on the door. This is knocking on the door in a big way. And the realities are this, friends. You see, it starts... people in this day and age, especially this age, because they're just so digitally connected, if it doesn't happen right in front of me in real time, I don't believe it, Scott. Well, it'll be too late for you. Whew, insanity, this stuff that we continue to unpackage. So to drive our point home, let's go ahead and jump over to this article. Then we're going to meet back here to wrap it up. Let's get started. Regulators seize ailing First Republic Bank. Sells remains to J.P. Morgan. Federal regulators have seized First Republic Bank and sold it to J.P. Morgan Chase Bank in a deal aimed at quelling renewed weakness in the nation's banking industry. In a statement issued early Monday, the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation said that all depositors of First Republic Bank will become depositors of JP Morgan and will have full access to their deposits. The deal involved a highly competitive bidding process, the FDIC said in its statement, but it did not say what JP Morgan is paying to purchase First Republic. Well, that sounds a little suspect. Let's get back to the studio so we can wrap this one up. All right, friends, welcome back. So there you go, a little bit of a clip of what's going on out there. I don't know. Friends, can somebody tell me what we just read there with a bank failure? Is that making you feel more comfortable with the economic strength of the financial markets? That's not for me. Most of us right now, myself included, I have probably more money in cash sitting in a bank than I'm comfortable with. And these types of things end up, causing me a little bit of, I don't want to say anxiety, because worrying is never going to be the answer. We got to be able to operate within this. But most of us are like, dude, Scott, where should we put our money? I want to get some of my money out of the bank. I want to sink it into real estate. There's plenty of areas in the country right now, and I've showed you plenty. We can go buy real estate. We can go buy a house in Detroit, Michigan for $10,000 right now. Just sit on it. Cost to carry is 0 if you paid cash. And, it's insane. So we want to diversify ourselves. And I feel a little bit exposed with the banking system. I know many of you do as well. But for some of us, there's a saying, never invest more than you're prepared to lose. Never gamble more than you're prepared to lose. Unfortunately, during stimulus, it became a casino climate. And a lot of people wish they had exposure. If you have exposure in the banks, you're probably lucky, because the majority of Americans now are living paycheck to paycheck. They don't even have $500 in the bank. So it's at least they're the ones out there sitting in line at a gas station to try to pay 10 cents a gallon less. They're hanging on by their fingernails. They wish they had your problems if you got money sitting in a bank. But now it's not even so much we're looking at places to get a yield on a return necessarily. We're just looking at a place that we can park our money and not have it at danger of being evaporated, or at least wealth preservation. I just don't want to see it lose money. That's why the flight to gold and silver and metals and other things. Hard, tangible assets, I believe, is the place to be. I like real estate. Sure, I have cash, I've got coins, I got ETFs, I got certain things, but the majority of my wealth in real estate. And that's really because 90% of all millionaires made their money in real estate. That's really what this channel is designed to do, is take you guys into real estate and do it in a way where you're comfortable doing it, where you're not scared. You see, if you go all in and spend your last dollar on a piece of real estate and its cost to carry is above its rent range, that's a bad move. That's just never smart. And investors would never do that. And FOMO factories want you to do exactly that. That's why they stage those homes to perfection under think tanks and train on-site salespeople to how to handle objective training. It's ridiculous. People don't care about you. So you find a guy in the industry that's got financial gain, and he's here giving real talk to you, saying, you know what? This is a real estate bubble. If you want to sit this one out, I'll earn your business later. That's really what it boils down to with me. And as a result, and I've always been that guy, long-time salesman. And I used to be a shark, swimming with the sharks, because I relied on training. And then I became a natural salesman. And how did I do that? By connecting with people and putting their needs before my own. Now the money's just a residual byproduct of my service. Your rewards in life will be in direct proportion to your service. If you're out there burning people, eventually you're going to get burned. It's just the realities. And I've been burned. Back when I was playing in that fish tank, eventually I took my lumps. So I learned some very important lessons the hard way. So hopefully many of you don't have to. And final thoughts. I come to you as a friend, as a content creator. Somebody wants to see you not only win in real estate, win in life. Understanding the biggest artificially created housing bubble ever produced in world history can't sustain itself. When you start seeing bank failures are now taking place. This is the birth pains of homes are going to follow. We will be lucky. It would be the first time in history if we don't crash the housing market. They've always went through booms and bust cycles. We just went through the biggest boom cycle, artificially induced, with no organic growth, market manipulation in world history. It's extremely exposed. People wanting to tell you this time is different. It's getting harder and harder when you see banks now failing. And this happened in 2008. The banks failed. It was the great financial crisis. And then the housing market went along for the ride. That's why I always open up with the show with the U.S. economy and the U.S. housing market are going along for the ride. They're connected. Right now, it's our job to be awake, ultra alert, understanding the waters we're swimming in now. Not a deer in the headlights. Don't panic. Try to operate within this more efficiently so we get through it like a pro and come out the other end smelling like a rose. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Social media links in the description of this video if you'd like to contact me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you need help buying or selling real estate here in America, the biggest network of top-rated agents in the nation ready to assist you. It'd be our honor and our privilege to do so. Email in the description for you as well. Also, if you're watching from your television set today and you enjoyed this video, I know you're going to love the next video, and there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Please go make it count today. I'll see you on the next video.